everyone, if you have not watched the first segment for this dialogue, it's in the description box down below. And I hope you enjoy watching this one. Bye!
But ultimately, I got interested in this because someone tried to scare me off.
So, would you say participating in the fetish lifestyle has opened you up to new experiences?
Oh yeah, indeed. Especially when it came to getting into the freak society. First of all, going to the party all by myself, scared as hell, then going out of there happy. I got to know the board, and I was so interested in what they did and what I could do and how could I help with this.
Yeah.
And I got in there and I started being in the board meetings, and I was just like a small part in the beginning. Yeah. Started organizing parties. I did some decorations. Never ever did that before. And starting to call people even though you're phobic to telephones.
Yeah.
And, just the thing that, connecting with people you don't know, that was a huge thing for me. Yeah. And getting in here and, being the one helping others, they coming here as scared as I was the first time, and being there and telling them everything's gonna be okay, come to mama, we're gonna help you, kind of. And seeing all these happy people, like seeing how they get comfortable after these times, it's amazing. And then again, I've traveled to parties. That's also kind of scary, going to another country. You have no idea who you're gonna meet there. I've been doing photo shoots with people I've never ever met before. That could also be potentially dangerous, but I've been having a lot of faith in this community. And then being here doing an interview for the first time in my life, which is also, I shouldn't do this. It's kind of against my nature, but it has helped me so much in terms of going out there and daring.
I would say that it gave you a lot of courage to go through things that you would not go through.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's good. It shows growth. Yes, it actually helps. Yeah, it's a community that allows a person to grow as well.
Yeah, this is definitely a thing that made me go from teenager to adult.
Yeah. Having a community that allows people to discuss about their fantasies and also, their fetishes, do you think it helps them to actually just express themselves?
Oh yeah, indeed. I've through the years I met a lot of people who's come to me, and as I said, they come to the party for the first time, scared as a little bird. But then you get to know them, and you actually realize that they've been neglected their whole life. Just about this, like they got a new partner and they thought this was weird and they broke up, and they never had the courage to talk about this to anyone again. So they've been like pushing down these feelings for
repressing it.
Repressing it for like 10-20 years or something. And once they come back and start talking to this with people, you can see them growing huge, like not huge, but growing amazingly inside, and they're getting outward and
being more comfortable with themselves as well.
Exactly. Some of these did not want to, at first they just gave you like a nickname, like I'm black or I'm derp or whatever. But after some time they told you their names and you gotta come home to them. And they'll be like, okay, I have a family, these are my 2 kids. And I'm like, wow. And then you get to know these kids, and they start following you on Instagram or whatever, and they get to know who you are, and they are actually becoming more comfortable in their own skin and about their whole situation, and they're like feeling, I'm not weird anymore. And that has been an amazing experience, learning to know these people and hearing all their stories, and like there's so much you can do about all these repressed people who are never ever gonna come so far. And having a forum where you can discuss such as Fet Life or Dark Side or different communities, there is a huge potential for people to become their best, because this is a huge part of themselves.
And the fact that they are not being outcast for that particular part of themselves, and then they're able to talk about it and realize that they're not alone in it, causes a lot of boost to their confidence, and then from there they expand more and more into other things.
Exactly, because this is kind of a subculture, such as goth or metalheads or punks or whatever, and these people have always had struggles with finding their like
identity
and like groups to hang around with, and they need people who are like themselves to grow, and that is so important.
So since you talked about how large the community is, do you think that Gothenburg has embraced the fetish community?
Okay, yeah, so this is kind of a hard one because if we compare, as I said before, to Stockholm and Berlin, they're super open to this community. But in Gothenburg, we have some problems finding venues and finding like room to exist and coexist with the other people. So one of the biggest issues is that we cannot wear certain clothing, we cannot do certain things if there's alcohol involved, and we don't want to be,
sober
in a basement. Like, no, we don't have to be hammered, but we want the possibility, like everyone else, to get a beer and hang with our friends.
Yeah.
And this is kind of a problem when it comes to the alcohol law here in Gothenburg, that we cannot drink and coexist with the others. And this is also a problem for the owners of the venues, that they don't really want us because they think that they will get in trouble. And this is so hard when it comes to getting the acceptance we want. We want to be in the big clubs, we want to be in the middle of the city. We want to show ourselves, but when they cannot allow us to do that, it's kind of, swimming against the stream.
Yeah, and like, because when you're organizing parties and events, the location is pretty much the one main thing that affects everything else.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and like in terms of location, a lot of people will go because of the accessibility of the place.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I think like that's one thing that definitely needs to be improved. Right?
Oh yeah, and we need to look into this big time.
Yeah.
And it's also a big problem because we have to go down deep underground into like not exactly illegal clubs, but it's borderline. We have to have guest lists. Some of the clubs have bring your own booze because they can't get alcohol permit. And we have to be super underground about this thing, and it's kind of going backwards because someone is pushing us that way. So we have to stand up and say, nope, we need to be here, and we're here. So yeah, but hopefully that will change.
So what would you like people to know about fetish and also the fetish community?
Okay, so what I want people to know about this community, like, first of all, is that we're super open-minded people. You might think we're scary at first because we're wearing like these black cat suits or whatever, super high heels, but that's our kickoff. We're walking around super happy, all of us. We're not walking around being depressed about wearing the things we love. And the thing about fetishes is, if you look at a girl, she's having like 50 handbags, she's never ever using them, and she's like, oh my god, why I'm having these because I like watching them, I watch owning them, I love like touching them and whatever, but I wouldn't bring them outside. And that is damn close to a fetish.
Yeah.
And I think everyone has something like that in their life, and that is something that almost everyone can relate to, that they have something like that they're special about. Kind of. And I really think that people don't be scared, because we're super open community, and everyone's loved and loving and amazing, and I have felt nothing but love since I got into this, and that's why I haven't stopped.
It's amazing. Do you have anything else to add to everything else about the topic?
Okay, so my final words about this thing is, your kink is not my kink, but your kink is okay.
So if you want to know more about Dementhia and also Freak Society, all the links will be below in the description box. And if you like this video, please like, ding the bell, and subscribe. Yeah, YouTube has a new thing, dinging the bell.
Ding the bell.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
Yeah.